we are children. We're feeling the shifting. Those shifts we felt as children changed our life, man. All you have to do is be honest to yourself, man. And you'll be one with Earth again, man. Those shifts we felt as children took us away from our beings. And we are not who we are meant to be. We are products of the past, man. You gotta love yourself, man. You gotta be honest, man. You gotta be a hero, man. We got children, man. We don't need them to ship like us, man. I love you, man. Goodbye, my friends.
Hey guys, if you enjoy the Drunken Peasants podcast, be sure to go to audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get your free audio book. They have books like The God Delusion or Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. Also, 150,000 other titles to choose from. So be sure to check that out. It supports the show and you get a free audiobook in the process. So what the fuck do you have to lose? The Drunken Peasants podcast is satirical in nature, and while we do occasionally delve into serious issues and discussions, our primary purpose is to entertain and amuse. In other words, don't take this shit too seriously.
Live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Fuck it! Say, man, you got a joint? No.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
What the fuck are you talking about, atheist?
You're nothing, TJ. You're garbage.
I just want to be liked.
You're garbage, TJ.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Welcome. Everyone.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Welcome, Ben.
Welcome to you, TJ.
Welcome.
Welcome to
Cum
you.
in a well.
Whoa.
Yeah. Imagine a well filled with cum every time someone says welcome.
Ugh.
And now you're falling in, Ben. Sploosh.
Sploosh.
Yep. You're fucking dead, Ben.
Fucking thing sucks.
You're fucking dead.
I am.
Yeah. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants podcast. With
Yes.
10 and BJ.
10 and BJ.
Happy 420 day, everyone.
Yes.
Yay!
Yay. We were just talking before we went on the air
Yeah,
about...
we were talking shit about 420.
Yeah, we were like, whatever.
Before we went on the air. But, I mean, it's in the pre-show. You can hear it on iTunes. That's the point. We're trying to shill our iTunes.
Yes. So go there.
Do that when it happens.
When it happens.
It hasn't happened yet because the show is still happening. But
We've
later it'll happen.
We've got Scotty Cena.
And when it does, you should be there. Yes, Scotty Cena. 20% more charisma than Scotty.
I'm gonna fuck your ass, and then you're gonna be humble.
That's interesting, Scotty Cena.
Yeah.
I can beat the fuck out of you with the bottom of my little finger.
Wow. I don't think you have a little finger, Scotty
I
Cena.
fucked your wife, I fucked your daughter, and I fucked your son.
I don't have a wife, a daughter, or a son.
But I am the man with the 10-inch cock.
Well, you have to find somewhere else to put it because I don't have those things.
Come hug me, kiss me.
No.
I'm not gonna talk anymore from now.
Okay.
No, thank you,
Fuck
Scotty
you,
Cena.
Scotty Cena. God.
Scotty Cena's a jerk. Why do we have him on
He's
here?
always screaming at
You're a
us.
cocksucker motherfucker.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
What a rude guest.
Well, you don't want to have sex with me. I'm the most handsome, good-looking man in the world, and you don't want to have sex with me? Well, what is wrong with you?
I might have wanted to have sex with you, Scotty Cena.
Maybe.
Yeah,
but you're
until
just
you
rude
started
as shit.
talking all this shit and being rude on the show.
You fuck with me, you fuck for yourself.
Wow, that's like a philosophical insult.
No, your fucking fault.
Okay.
You're a fucking asshole.
Wow.
You are mad at yourself. Do you be a man? Kill yourself.
Okay.
Fuck you, Scotty.
I know. Shit.
Asshole. Jesus. What a mean ass little fucking
I know. I can't
puppet
even handle
or whatever
him.
he is. God damn.
All right.
I thought you were cool, Scotty Cena. You used to be my hero, but now I just see you as a washed up has-been.
You know, about an hour before the show started, Ryan Wiley tweeted us with this video, and I just wanted to get your take on it, TJ.
He tweeted to us.
Yeah.
Like, please put this video on your show.
I don't know, but...
Is that what he said?
No, he didn't say that.
What did he say?
Well, this is an open letter to us. That's the title of the fucking video.
An open letter to the Drunken Peasants.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was just about to talk about Ben's picture of Anita Sarkeesian and why I thought the secretness of that picture, the fact that she didn't know someone was taking her picture, is what made that action bad. This was until yesterday.
Is he wearing like
someone
lipstick or something?
I don't know.
His lips are so lipsticky, and it seems like there's like almost residue like on the edges of his lips. Is it just acne or?
I don't know, dude.
I'm just asking questions, Ben.
I don't know.
What is your problem, Ben? I'm just asking questions that need to be asked.
I don't have a problem.
Okay.
To tweet at me and the Drunken Peasants exactly where I was yesterday and that they were thinking about taking a picture of me. Now, I am not a celebrity, right? There's no way you can construe me as a public figure in any way.
What?
I have a channel with about 3,000, almost 4,000 subscribers.
Hold on.
You do have a Patreon, don't you? Like,
I mean,
like,
I'm sorry, you're posting videos on YouTube.
Right, and
just because you only have 3,000 subscribers doesn't mean you're not well known.
And he accepts donations from his viewers,
right?
And stuff
I mean,
too.
You're well known through our show as an antagonist. If you even go to our little unofficial fan wiki, there's like a Ryan Wiley article. It's like Drunken Peasants antagonist, Ryan Wiley. So you can't just put yourself out there in the world and then, make videos and say, hey, pay attention to me, listen to what I'm saying. And then say, oh, I'm not a public figure. No, you became a public figure the second you started making the videos.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. I don't care if only 4 people have seen him.
I guess someone recognized him somewhere. Didn't take his picture, but said that they wanted to. And tweeted where he was, his exact location. And
I mean, that alone to me suggests you're a public figure. The fact that you can just be recognized as like, hey, that's that guy.
Right? The only reason anyone could possibly recognize me is from the Drunken Peasants and the Drunken Peasants alone. I didn't create my own celebrity. And the reason, of course, this matters is because TJ has tried to defend that picture by saying Anita Sarkeesian is a celebrity, therefore it's okay. Well, I'm not a celebrity. And now it seems like someone saw the Drunken Peasants action, which was taking a photo of someone without their permission and doing it secretly, and it's now causing consequences for other people in the real world. And I'm just hoping that perhaps we can all come together.
I'm pretty sure that regardless of whether or not that stuff ever had happened with Ben, if someone saw you in public that recognized you as an iconic fucking Drunken Peasants antagonist, and you could say, oh, well, you guys really are the ones who made that happen. It's like, no, you made that happen by posting videos on the fucking internet. I mean, what are you? Are you like a fucking child?
Well, I mean, he's been critical of you and Thunderfoot prior
sure,
to
that's what I'm saying. I mean, he posts videos on YouTube like, hey, I'm Ryan Wiley, and here's the fuck what I think. But now he's going to act like, oh, no. Okay, if you don't, here's my suggestion to you, Ryan. You don't want to be a public figure, stop posting videos on YouTube. Take your channel down.
And say, hey, let's not be evil, right? We can all disagree, but there are some actions which are just too far. And one of those should be disclosing the exact location of someone, or taking a secret photo, or in any way acting kind of like a stalker.
If you're coincidentally in one place with somebody, that's not stalking.
Yes. Stalking would be figuring out intentionally where you're going to be.
And, like,
following
making sure you're there, like, and following that person around and keeping tabs on them and trying to watch what they do in public and shit.
Yes.
That's stalking.
Yeah.
Or, like, a pattern of, like, trying to fuck with some random person in ways that are, like, you know, beyond the pale. Invading their fucking life. A chance meeting at some place, and then someone saying, man, I was at Pottery Barn, and holy shit, Ryan Wiley was there.
Yeah.
That's not stalking. I mean, I can't even believe I'm having to explain this to you. Like, are you a fucking adult or what?
Can we please stop this? Because for a while, the Drunken Peasants have always told me actually they're just entertainers. It doesn't matter what they do, it doesn't matter what they say. They should just take them as entertainment. But it seems like there are consequences coming now, right? My personal life is being affected because of their actions. And keep in mind, I didn't tell anyone where I was going. This was a private thing between me and some of my friends. Right, I wanted to go out and do something that you might call a brunch.
Okay.
That wasn't private, though. I mean,
it's not. Yeah, it's not a private event.
It wasn't at one of your friends' houses, was it? Or was it at your house? Or was it out in a public place? Because that's not private.
Right, and the thing is, it's like, was your brunch ruined? Did then a swarm of people arrive at the brunch place? Like, yeah, it's fucking time to fuck with Ryan Wiley.
No,
that didn't happen. No one gave a shit.
Well, he's talking about negative consequences.
But what negative consequences did he suffer?
I guess just the post itself was.
It didn't harm him in any way. How the fuck did it hurt him? Let me say something. Like, if I'm at, like, Waffle House and someone fucking recognizes me and they take my picture and they say, "Amazing Atheist is at fucking Waffle House," what happens then? Does a fucking team of ninjas burst in and like, now we finally know your location, Amazing Atheist. Wahaha! You die by my blade. Does that happen? No. I finish my hash browns and I go about my fucking day.
Yeah.
What is the negative consequence here? What fucking happened to Ryan Wiley? Nothing. Nothing happened to him. He's up here bitching about nothing having happened to him.
I just want to hang out with some people. And then all of a sudden, I see on Twitter where I was. This is so creepy and so across the line. We all know it, or at least say it. Let me put it this way. Imagine if you just have a YouTube channel and you disagree with someone pretty strongly, and for whatever reason, these people have a podcast with tens of thousands of viewers. Some of the people in that podcast have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And for a while, you've been receiving tweets that you've been okay with, and they keep responding to your content. But it seems like things keep escalating. And all of a sudden, you see this tweet.
Escalating?
Yeah,
What the fuck has escalated?
When's the last time we even talked about him?
I know, man. It's been forever. This is like just him trying to fucking get our attention out of nowhere. There was nothing escalating. We haven't mentioned him in fucking ages. And then out of nowhere, this open letter where it's like, oh, woe is me.
Because some random fuck decided to tweet him.
Some random person that's not even has anything to do with you fucking tweeted where I was, and then nothing else happened. Ah, woe is me. Woe is me. Oh, God, what a fucking sick world. Shut up. You're a moron. I don't want to hear any more of this.
Oh, is this your pass?
Yeah, this is my veto, and I say like eternal veto on Ryan Wiley's boring, whiny ass.
Eternal veto. I don't know if I've given you something like. Well, we'll see.
We can discuss it.
Yeah. All right. So here's a new segment about the 420 rally that happened today in Denver.
The last dinosaur.
The 420 rally at Civic Center Park is attracting an estimated 60,000 people from across the state and around the country.
We're really celebrating the cannabis culture through music and through festival and through food.
I don't even. They say the cannabis culture. I don't know. That term just sounds so weird to me.
Yeah, I agree. To me, it's not a culture. It's just something that I smoke, and then I feel a little weird, and that's.
Yeah, and then you get hungry and eat, and then you fall asleep.
Right. I'm not sure
It's not a
if
culture.
that constitutes a culture. I mean, maybe there is a culture, but I'm not part of it.
I don't feel like I'm part of some cultural, happening.
Like, we have our proud cultural traditions of getting baked and
eating pizza.
Eating pizza and Doritos and shit.
Drinking
the marijuana usage is
Mountain
something
Dew.
that
We're lucky. I'm in Colorado. We get to do it every day.
Flashing city signs serve as reminders that smoking pot in public is illegal, but people everywhere were not heeding that warning.
Even though the signs are out there, it's funny kind of to see, honestly, because everyone's smoking and I haven't really seen anyone get in trouble.
But in the festival's first
Fuck
day
your
alone,
signs, bitch.
I guess they just get a ticket though, so.
Denver police handed out 60 citations.
Some of those due
roll that
to
into a blunt.
public consumption.
Denver police spokesperson Raquel Lopez says the law is clear.
Even though the event itself does have a permit, they still cannot smoke in public.
But attendees we spoke with today say April 20th should be the exception.
And happy 420, everybody.
I like that.
She's happy. Look at her smiling.
Yeah.
Michelle and her friends were not worried about getting cited for lighting up in the open.
Not today, not this weekend. For this celebration, I don't believe they should. Let it be, let us have our celebration, and then be done. After that, you betcha.
Wow. That's pretty fair. She's making him
I
a
would
pretty
say
decent
so.
offer. It's just like, just one day a year. We just want to fucking hang out just hang out in public smoking weed. You guys can have the other 364. We just want that one. Maybe 2 leap year.
All right, here we go.
Troll. Totally a troll.
This guy we've had on before. I didn't immediately think he was a troll. I just thought he was annoying. But this video, I think he's trolling for sure.
Let's see.
Hey, today I would like to talk about a personal hero of mine. A man who during his time was considered socially awkward. A man who was hated during his time because he went against the norm. They wanted to hit him, hurt him, punch him, and kick him. And eventually this man paid the ultimate price, which was death. This man's name was Jesus Christ. Yeshua Mashiach. And even though Jesus Christ was one of the most hated men during his lifetime, he rose through the ranks to become one of the most popular men who ever lived, whose teachings today are now revered by billions upon billions of.
How do you feel about it so far?
I thought he was going to say John Cena.
No, well, he does talk about John Cena a lot.
Yeah. I thought, but I mean, it's the build-up from
Same.
between Cena and Jesus is basically the same.
Same difference.
Yeah.
People. But I gotta ask the question. Was Jesus Christ autistic?
Was he artistic or autistic?
Autistic.
Was Jesus Christ autistic?
Yeah. That's what made me think possibly troll.
Jesus Christ have autism? I mean, let's look at the facts. He was socially awkward. He said things, and he did things, and he had certain mannerisms that made everybody upset. He didn't belong.
What?
He didn't fit in.
I don't
It
think-
seems pretty autistic to me.
What? And lo, Jesus awkwardly stared at the floor as Samuel Dunn speak to him.
Yeah. Where did he hear this shit?
I don't remember there being that verse in the Bible that talks about Jesus's awkward mannerisms. Like Jesus fiddled with his hands too much. You know?
He arranged all of his M&Ms by color, you know?
In the great cafeteria of Galilee.
So do you think troll? I say troll.
Either that or he's autistic and he's trying to like make Jesus into more like him.
Oh. I didn't really think that.
I don't know.
I just think he's saying stuff so people get pissed off and be like, Jesus wasn't autistic. You know?
Maybe.
You want to know what? I think Jesus Christ was the first ever person to have autism, which just proves autistic people can do anything. They can overcome. They can live their dreams. And they have the potential to become famous people and to do anything they want to do and quite possibly become one of the most famous men, just like Jesus Christ.
See? You see what I mean, though?
Yeah. So that's what you think. That's your call on it.
That's my take.
So you think not a troll?
I'm going to go with not a troll.
Okay. I say troll. Leave a comment if you think troll or not a troll.
Troll or not a troll.
So I guess recently the FBI has admitted to decades of flawed testimony that has landed people in prison and even executed because of false information.
Okay.
Are you surprised?
No.
The FBI may have helped put hundreds of potentially innocent people behind bars, or even worse, help put potentially innocent people to death. In a story first reported by the Washington Post and confirmed by CNN, we've learned that throughout the 1980s and the 1990s, the FBI's hair comparison unit routinely gave flawed forensic testimony that favored prosecutors. Now, this just didn't happen once or twice.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
95%
95
testimony.
Fucking percent.
So 257 people.
So out of 268 trials examined, 257 of them contain flawed testimony.
Wow.
So they just like pick random
and they
trials.
Said 1,200 cases not yet reviewed.
Yes.
I'm betting the 95% figure will probably hold up.
Twice. The Innocence Project and the National Organization of Criminal Defense Attorneys say these so-called elite examiners gave bad testimony in 95% of 268 trials.
I'm an elite examiner.
They don't sound very elite.
Yeah. Well, they're so elite that they don't even have to tell the truth.
Yeah, they can actually. Their word just supersedes whatever the evidence actually is.
Reviewed to date, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. More than 1,000 cases.
What is it about law enforcement? Because this is like the top of law enforcement. You know, one of the top agencies of law enforcement in the United States. Why is there so much corruption?
I think it's because like they just decide someone's guilty and like, man, we all know he's guilty. Let's just build a case against him.
Yeah,
it's like no one really understands this hair shit. We'll just fucking say like, you know, the hair matches. You know, it matches. He's guilty. We have evidence. Trust us.
We're the FBI.
Yeah, we're the FBI. Would we lie to you? Well, apparently yes, we would. Sorry.
Still need to be reviewed. So expect to see a wave of appeals across the country. But for some, it's too late.
Look at this shit. Like, seriously.
32 defendants sentenced to death and 14 have already been executed or died in prison.
So the question I would ask you is, the people responsible for this, should they be prosecuted for this sort of stuff?
I mean, they won't be, but yeah.
For, you know, especially for these people, you know.
They won't, nothing will happen to them. They'll be fine. They're going to go on living their lives. It's not even going to affect their careers or anything, probably.
32 people sentenced to death.
I mean, I guess if the public actually like gives a shit,
This is the sort of thing that
But-
the public should give a shit about.
I mean, they should, but
Yeah.
they don't. So it's not gonna amount to shit. Because people will be like, "Oh, I'm outraged," and then the next day it's like, "Oh, now I'm outraged about this instead." So it kind of just gets lost in like a sea of people being pissed. They can't be pissed at one thing for long enough to actually affect any change. They can only be pissed. They'll just be pissed at this, and then they're pissed at that.
Well, I guess the good news is that out of the 32 sentenced to death, some of them are going to at least be released, more than likely. Because it said only 14 have been executed or died in prison.
Yeah, I mean,
30
I don't know.
Yeah.
Two defendants sentenced to death in these trials. 14 have already been executed or died in prison. Spencer Shue joins me now. He's the investigative reporter from the Washington Post who broke the story. Good morning, Spencer.
Good morning.
It's mind-boggling. How could this happen?
Warnings about how the FBI testified about hair matches began in the 1970s. Other countries like Britain and Germany never went as far as the FBI, which championed this technique and viewed itself as the leading expert. How it happened is that judges, prosecutors, and defense lawyers lack the sophistication to challenge the sort of pseudo-statistics that the FBI used to validate or to demonstrate.
Yeah. So basically just like, here's some mumbo jumbo and basically the hair matches and
Yeah.
we have this advanced technique and
Yeah, no one else understands
and everyone
the
else is
technique.
just scratching their head like, I guess they got this technique. I don't really know.
Wow.
And then, years later, we're like, hey, this technique is bullshit.
Yeah, that is pretty fucked up. And that was like their trump card to get convictions on these people.
Yeah, the hair matches, see? Look. Yeah. These numbers mean the hair matches. Oh, the numbers. Whoa.
Yeah.
The power of their techniques. Other than DNA, no other sort of pattern-based techniques have been scientifically validated to be able to positively identify an individual. The FBI would acknowledge this in their written reports, but in courts they would suggest from their own casework, I've only seen two hairs I couldn't match in, twice in 10,000 times. To a jury that sounds like 1 in 5,000, and sometimes the agents themselves would say so.
This sort
Yeah, it's beyond fucked up. The amazing atheist guy. Every time I see this lady, that's what I think about immediately.
The thing I wonder about, too, is, by the way, don't her emotions seem like so put upon and fake?
Yeah, they do.
Anyway, but she's like, oh my God, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I can't believe those people were put to death. Oh. I mean, like, how'd this happen? What's going on? I'm sorry, I get that vibe from her.
All the time or just in this case?
At least in this piece.
Okay.
I don't know if I've necessarily felt that way every time I've seen her, but...
of thing went on for decades, and I mean...
Decades?
It's just, again, it's mind-boggling. Did some kind of order come from the top? Because surely someone knew there were problems.
No.
The IG report...
Hold on. Why,
problems?
What the FBI? The thing is, they don't consider it a problem. They're like, wow, we got this great conviction rate. Look at all the fucking scumbags we put away.
Yeah.
They ain't looking at it like, look at this problem where we're getting all these convictions. That's terrible for us.
Don't convictions equal funding for any type of
I don't know if they do
law
or not,
enforcement
but-
agency? I don't know.
But, the FBI definitely likes to get convictions. I don't think they're going to view that as a problem if they're getting convictions.
FBI whistleblowers in the 90s or in the 80s that started saying that their practices were unscientific, hadn't been backed by research, were favoring prosecutors potentially. An IG report focused on led to an internal Justice Department review of one agent. They found these widespread problems, but they did not disclose to many defendants at that time, and it didn't become public until 2012 thanks to the whistleblowers. National Whistleblower Center FOIA those documents, which we reported on. Some of the issues here are that
I hope whoever brought those documents to the public's attention rots in jail.
Well, I mean, they do that with most whistleblowers,
Yeah. Fuck you, Snowden.
Yeah.
Telling us things that even Obama admits that we probably should know.
Go live with Putin, bitch.
Yeah, go fucking
Your boyfriend, Putin.
Yeah, have your boyfriend Putin poo on you. Yeah, poo from Putin.
Yeah. Yeah, there was that cloud disappear guy. He thought Vladimir Putin was gay.
Another little fag, worse than Michael Jackson.
Vladimir Putin is gay. That's why he likes to shit on other men.
He does?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Well, he apparently does. Because then you could say Putin is pooing on him. Because it's like poo is already in his name. Poo tin. And then if he poos in a tin, you could say Putin is pooing in a tin.
How'd you feel about the intro video that we played at the beginning of the show, the GTime Johnny thing?
It was pretty groovy.
You liked it?
Yeah. It really opened my mind.
I think someone should make a song out of this one.
My heart is earth time biology. My mind is man time biology. There's a dichotomy, the heart, the mind, every cell of me in catastrophe. We gotta be real, man. Look at this place. We're from Earth, where nothing has a name. We're above all life that came before us. You gotta be you. You gotta live your day. You gotta conduct mankind time biology. You know.
He blows my fucking mind. He blows my fucking mind.
He blows your mind.
Yeah, dude. I can't even man time biology.
Does he blow it in the sense that it explodes, or does he blow it like fillets it?
Explodes, not fillets it.
He's not filleting your brain.
No.
No.
No, thank you, GTime Johnny.
Oh, I mean, I'm talking about technology. Anything that needs us to exist does not need to be, we don't need to be below it.
This is a screen cap right here. Isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Screen cap.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
I feel like that should be the thumbnail.
Yeah, you know. I should probably make that the thumbnail.
Someone send that to
Yeah, someone just send it to us.
on our Facebook.
Yeah. We'll probably get like
50, whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. All right. Yeah, because that definitely should be. That's awesome.
We must be above it. We must rise above all humans before us. Because there's a dichotomy. My heart, earth time biology. My mind, man time biology. It's an accident, a technological accident.
Okay, all right.
In a 2015 bubble.
Oh! Okay. Whoever makes the songs that we play at the beginning of the show, you guys need to hook up with GTime Johnny and go on tour.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you guys got something.
The GTime Johnny Band.
Yeah.
Yes. If that happens, I will go.
He's the most epic front man. I mean,
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck you, Elvis.
You no longer live from man time. You live from earth time. This is your day, and you conduct man time objects. We gotta save the children. They're more evolved than us, or we would not be here. All right? Inheritance. Earth time objects, man time objects. Separate them in your mind, and in the dichotomy from the mind to the heart, and you become one with yourself and become one with... Oh, I love you, friends. Bye-bye.
I love you too, GTime Johnny.
Yeah.
I love you too. Fucking GTime.
I know, man. He's...
GTime! GTime drops the fucking mic and destroys your existence.
Next, we have a news story about the CEO of some small company. He decided to make the minimum wage of his company $70,000 a year.
Neat.
Yeah.
Supporters of equal pay for men and women have declared today Equal Pay Day to highlight the wage gap between the sexes. They say that a woman needed to work all of last year, right through this, the 104th day of 2015, to earn what a man made.
It says, the source at the bottom says the National Committee on Pay Equity. Like, do we know anything about them?
I mean, the agenda is right there in the name. I mean,
in 2014 alone. Well, everyone is getting a raise at a Seattle-based company. Anthony Mason now with a story you'd probably like your boss to see.
I don't really know what this has to do with the gender wage gap, because he gave everybody a raise.
yeah, it's kind of a weird tie-in.
Dan Price made the announcement of
I guess
the
it's
pay
kinda
raise
similar.
at his company's quarterly meeting.
And we're going to have a minimum $70,000 pay rate for everyone that works here.
As the CEO explained that minimum salaries at Gravity Payments, a Seattle-based credit card processing company, would jump to $50,000 immediately and to $70,000 within 3 years. His 120 employees sat in stunned silence before bursting into applause and giving their boss a standing ovation.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I think some of these people were making like 30,000.
I wonder if
before
there's
this
like
happened.
it's like the custodian or something there. Or do you think they just use like a service?
I don't know. That's a good question. They probably could just use like a private contractor, because I'm sure this only exists within direct employees, obviously. So
I think it's life-changing for everybody in various ways.
For Jose Garcia, a 29-year-old equipment supervisor with $54,000 in student debt, his $33,000 salary jumps to $50,000 immediately.
You know, if you're $54,000 in student debt, it's too bad you couldn't get a job better than equipment supervisor.
it is too bad, but that happens to lots of
I know.
people.
It happens all the time.
Maybe I cried when I called my mom.
Price says he was inspired by a Princeton study that showed that emotional well-being rises as incomes rise up to $75,000.
So I realized that people that are making less than that, there's an emotional cost that they have every single day. And you only get to live once.
Can you believe that
He
CEO
literally looks like Jesus.
It's weird. He's the CEO of a company, and he actually thinks that way. That's so that seems so uncommon.
So now conservatives just need to do everything they can to destroy that business, so they can say like, "See, told you those policies would fail."
Entrepreneur Magazine's Entrepreneur of the Year in 2014. Price says the move will cut his company's profits almost in half for now. To cushion the blow, he slashed his own $1 million paycheck to $70,000.
Okay. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, he's Jesus. It's pretty much an American Jesus.
It's a song by Bad Religion, the American Jesus.
Well, this is
American
him.
Jesus.
This is the American Jesus.
Yep. That is crazy, though. He's making $1 million a year, and he reduced it to 70,000.
And
It's it's an unbelievable pay cut.
And lo, American Jesus paid his workers a fair wage, no more than he paid himself.
Yes.
It's like the Jesus of capitalism.
It is pretty crazy.
Yeah, because if I was him, I'd have at least given myself twice as much as everyone else.
I wonder how long he's been making $1 million a year, though.
He's got some savings at this point.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of the solution to inequality in this country. And so if corporate America also wants to be a part of that solution, that would make me really...
I guess that's the tie-in.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, I'm all for everyone getting a raise. Let's do that. Pay people more.
yeah. I mean, then they'll have more money to spend. But I'm no economics expert, so
Yeah, you are, Ben.
I am now.
You have a PhD in economics.
I just became one just now.
From whatever university has the most prestigious economic degree. I don't know which one it is, but that's where yours is from. Your PhD in economics.
You know, I'm convinced that Brett Keane has run out of ideas for videos.
That happened about 8 years ago.
It's like he made a new video and I don't even know like really what the fuck he's even talking about.
Okay. I mean, he's so boring, but I guess we could take a look.
It's about if you think he's that boring, we can skip it. But it's
I kind of want to see how bad it is because of the way you built it up. So.
Do you want to know the title?
Sure.
It's called "I Hate Fake Sex in Movies."
Okay. I mean, that sounds like it could be funny. Like if someone who was funny did it. I'm assuming it's not going to be funny because it's Brett Keane.
You want to skip the intro?
Sure. Okay. Fuck the intro.
We've watched it enough.
Fucking da 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 da. The final Jesus.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett Keane from God TV Radio, and I think that many of us have our own pet peeves, don't you? Every one of us has that one or three or maybe even many things that just annoy the shit out of us and make us want to crawl the fucking wall. Well, one of the things that gets under my skin quicker than you can say poison is fake sex and movies.
Okay, like really? That's something that irritates you that much?
Well, he said it's just a pet peeve.
He fucking snores while he talks at the same time.
I can't stand it. My wife and I, we love watching movies. We enjoy watching true stories, drama, thriller, suspense. Sometimes when we're really fucking bored, we'll even watch a horror movie. Now, some people will be like, bored? Then you'll watch a horror movie? Yeah. Because unfortunately most horror flicks are usually B-rate, right? We're talking low budget type of films. The only type of scary...
Yeah, it's like...
low budget type of films. Jesus.
Oh my god.
Low budget type of films.
Oh my god.
Movies I enjoy watching. If I'm gonna sit down and watch something, is Freddy Krueger, maybe even a couple of reruns of Jason Voorhees. But if you're gonna watch like a good scary movie,
of Jason Voorhees, it's such a
reruns. What the fuck are you talking about?
First of all, there's no reruns of a movie.
Leave It to Beaver or something. What the fuck?
And they're not called Jason Voorhees. It's Friday the 13th, dude.
I watch reruns on. Yeah, like you know, like in between the Brady Bunch and Andy Griffith.
I watch reruns of Jason Voorhees. Yeah, it's the old Jason Voorhees show. Let's see who Jason's gonna kill this week, kids.
Yeah.
Jacob's Ladder, Jeepers Creepers, and there was even this one a while back called Predestination with the Ethan Hawke that was kind of cool.
The Ethan Hawke. Sure did he say the Ethan Hawke? With the Ethan Hawke. It's like I'm pretty sure that he's not a the, like, you know, it's just we don't put the before people's names usually.
What the fuck is he even talking about? Like
he's meandered off of the topic at this point.
That was really scary, if not fucking twisted and strange.
Okay, you were talking about sex scenes. Let me help you out.
The thing that bothers me in movies the most,
okay,
really
yeah, get back to it,
is fake sex.
Okay, fake sex.
I don't like movies where they take 10, 20 minutes up of the film.
What?
Usually,
I've never seen.
Yeah, a 10-minute.
I've never seen a 10 or 20-minute sex scene in a movie that I can think of. Like
that's not pornography.
Yeah, I mean like a porn movie or like some like really weird fucking independent art film, like, and then the two characters fuck for 20 minutes straight. You know?
Yeah.
But you don't see that like in movies. Fake sex scenes, I mean, usually they last like maybe a minute or two, And you know, if you're watching like a PG-13 sex
Well, that's-
scene, then it's just like a lot of like sheets
That's
and
what I was just
pillows,
gonna say.
like in strategic places.
If you don't like it, they have this thing called a rating system where they rate the movies, so you can see what the movie's rated before you watch it. You don't have to see the fake sex scenes that bother you so
Why
much.
would it bother you? I mean, just get the fuck over it.
It runs about an hour, 20 minutes, maybe an hour and 30 minutes, and then they decide to take that interval. You know what I mean? About 15 minutes or 10 minutes, maybe even 5 minutes.
Or maybe even like 2 minutes.
The actors
Maybe like-
pretending to have sex, and then they go through the whole motions where they point the camera at their legs or their feet. You might even see Mel Gibson's ass, or
Whoa! You might even see
Mel
that
Gibson's
supple,
ass.
that supple Mel Gibson.
You
ass.
might say Mel Gibson's ass.
you might get to see Melanie Griffin's just a touch of the bush and everything.
Touch of the bush.
He sounds like he enjoys explaining it.
Yeah, you know, for something he hates so much.
Is
You
it-
know, he's like,
is
he
this-
became. Did you notice he became like 1,000,000% more eloquent once he got to the part he actually wanted to talk about?
Is he like coming up with a scene right now? I mean, Mel Gibson and Melanie Griffith, did
Yeah,
they do a scene together ever?
I don't know.
Or is he just like coming up
I
with
think
this
he's
shit?
coming up with it.
He's like,
And you see a little bush, and you see Mel Gibson's ass, and you see it bobbing up and down.
Yeah.
Bob, bob, bob. Oh.
And it's like, what is the point of this? Why?
It's to show
Why
that they
do
had
need
sex.
To show this, because it seems to me that
Why do they need to show this? Oh my god.
You know, this is the thumbnail to the fucking video too.
Yeah, this is the only. It's just this throughout.
Clickbait.
This is a face Brett Keane has never seen.
An O face
in his life.
up to the mystery of the imagination. That's the whole point of movies anyway. It's an escape. It's a way to...
Okay, well then, by that logic, every scene could just be that. You could just use your imagination, and it could just be like a guy sitting down at a table and being like, "Man, remember them time those dinosaurs chased me? That shit was crazy." Use your imagination, folks. We ain't gonna show it.
Take you away from reality for a little while so you can actually enjoy like an action flick. And it's fine. You don't have to have the fake sex with romance. I know there's some guys out there that are fucking lazy pigs that don't know the difference between love and actual sex.
Calling other people pigs while you're fucking snorting in the microphone? I mean, goddamn. Can you help me find truffles, Brett? Ben's dying, folks.
Sex. There's no correlation. Sex is something that's pleasurable, and for most, we realize it's reproduction. It can be something that can be very enjoyable, but how is it enjoyable
I wouldn't
watching
know.
it on a screen between two strangers who are not even actually doing it in the first place? And
Well, I mean, they're actors,
I mean,
so
yeah, it's
they're
like-
acting.
Yeah, I mean, like they're doing that for the same reason you fucking show a scene of like two people fucking eating food or walking down the street or anything else that fucking human beings do. It's a goddamn movie. If they feel like there's some need for a sex scene to be in it, even if it's just like, maybe the audience wants to see these people naked, then what the fuck is your problem? Just die.
don't even get me started on people who actually spend time watching porn. I remember talking to an
Like
atheist
you
a while
all the
back.
time? No one believes that Brett Keane doesn't watch porn, Brett Keane.
No, Brett Keane does not watch porn.
Brett Keane is the most... Just anyone who looks at him knows that he fucking, pretty much eats and breathes porn.
He does not watch porn. He just, he's a God believer.
Yeah, he believes in God. He might believe in God, but God is watching him jerk off.
Gonna
to
hang out.
fucking
He said that
extreme
while
quantities
he was
of porn.
at work, his girlfriend
Porn.
would basically do her deed while
Do
he was
her
doing
deed.
his thing at work.
Jitter
And then he would
diddly
come
do.
home and everything would be fine. He claimed to have an open relationship. Well, I found out recently that the guy's relationship fell apart, even though he argued up and down with me. But Brett,
See, listen to this anecdotal bullshit.
What is this?
I knew a guy.
I knew this guy who did this
What
stuff.
the fuck does this have to do with fake sex in movies?
I don't know, Ben.
He's like, well, let me talk about porn. It's like, okay.
Brett he's going on his little tangent, and you shouldn't try to stop him. You know, he knew a guy, Ben.
He knew a guy.
He fucking knew a guy who had an open relationship, and it all went to shit, and therefore he's right about something.
About
something.
sex is perfectly natural. Sex is perfectly fine. And he said that he had no issue whatsoever and that she was perfectly loyal to him. And just because she was sitting there finger banging herself to some disgusting ass porn and looking at other men's penises, he didn't seem to believe that he had any kind of concern whatsoever because, of course...
I like his descriptions, man.
Yeah,
He's like,
you know, it's for someone who doesn't watch porn or any of
watching
that stuff.
disgusting ass porn and looking at
Yeah,
other men's
finger banging her fucking pussy, looking at big dicks. Yeah. Okay, Brett.
According to him, sex is natural. It's fine and perfectly healthy to look at other people's ding-dongs even if you're in a relationship.
ding-dongs? What are we,
So I-
like 5?
Yeah, we're 5 now.
My ding-dong.
Ding dong. I'm gonna stick my ding dong in yo, huh?
I guess when people say they have an open relationship, what they mean is the door's open for them to leave any fucking time, right? Because it happened to him.
Isn't that with any
But
relationship?
Back to the point.
I mean, like, if your wife was like, Brett, I'm fucking sick of your ass, I'm leaving you. Like, you would respect that, right? Or would you just like chain her in the bedroom or something? He's like, oh, I guess the door's just open to leave at any time. Like, yeah, it should always be like that, you moron.
A lot of these movies, like for instance, yesterday
Now he's
I
back
just
to the
got
movie.
done watching a
Why?
movie with Jeff Bridges in it. He's one of my
Okay.
favorite actors, right along with Christopher Walken, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino.
Christopher Walken's? Christopher Walken's. Okay. Jesus Christ, Brett. I mean, I hate to like just nitpick your fucking manner of speech all the time, but God, you talk like a goddamn child.
The Cage. I love the Cage Rage. That's what my boy calls it too. Nicolas Cage, the Cage Rage. We watch these movies and
Nicolas Cage, the Cage Rage, Cage. Cage Rage, Rage Cage, you
we
know.
don't enjoy seeing that part. That part of the movie where the two people are looking at each other and then they go into the bedroom or they lay on whatever the hell is sitting there and then they go through that big long scene of that it's fake sex. You know, some people might say, well, you watch wrestling, don't you, Brett? You know that that's fake. That's kind of odd because if you actually see men body slamming each other and throwing chairs at each other or falling off.
Where's he going with this?
He's
like,
just so dumb. Like, these meandering tangents into fucking nowhere. And they lead to nothing, and they're just so bizarre. And they're such, like, I don't think he would be saying all this unless, I mean, like, doesn't
how are you like a fan? Like, what happened?
I don't know.
Like, tell me what happened. Like,
I mean, I don't know, man.
did he change?
You know, I don't know if he did or not. But, you know, there was some videos he made back in the day that were
Obviously, his views have changed, but has his delivery changed? You know,
I mean, and yeah, but like also like he never had any problem. Like he never made a video like I hate sex or something. Like he made like raunchy jokes and shit in his videos and talked about sex and like being attracted to women and shit. But now all of a sudden you got this like pseudo Puritan Brett Keane who basically you can just tell by the way he's talking about this shit that it's such a put upon. Like,
yeah,
it's so fucking fake.
And he still swears and shit like that too.
Yeah, and he's still talking about like finger banging pussies and all like
big dicks and Mel Gibson's ass
and like a little bit of Bush and all this shit. And it's like people who are genuinely like offended by this stuff don't tend to talk about it.
Yeah,
like
like
that.
G-Man, you know.
Right, like they're almost squeamish to say those kind of things. But you're acting like you're squeamish about it, but then you're talking about it like someone who's just totally 100% comfortable and at home. So I mean, like you're just revealing so much about yourself when you go off on these weird little tangents and shit. Like I don't think he realizes like how much insight into him we get.
I don't know how he got to wrestling though. Like now he's on wrestling.
Because it's fake sex, so wrestling is fake. I don't know. I mean, it's like such a tenuous connection. It doesn't even make any sense.
Cages at 16.
I mean, you said he was out of ideas. I think he's just going batshit. Because I mean, like this is just off the wall.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like, what? I listened to him, I'm just like, what the fuck is he talking about?
I mean, like this is almost coming across like someone's like performance piece at this point. I mean, I don't think he's trolling. I just think he's fucking going crazy.
You think he's finally lost it?
I think he's lost his fucking what little marbles he had, and now he's just stuck in a realm of like meaningless tangents into nowhere, digressions upon digressions. I think we can move on.
Oh, can we?
Yes. I think
All
we
right.
can.
You ready?
Yep.
Move on.
Hey everyone, it's Vigilant Christian Mario, and you're here for a Vigilant News update. In today's video, I wanted to expose some YouTube censorship.
So, YouTube is censoring.
That's those fucking cunts.
Yeah.
This has been going on now for a little while. I haven't said anything, but I figured after reading this article, it'd be a perfect time to start talking about it. You can come on YouTube and post videos like PewDiePie about farts and all the most ridiculous, mind-numbing, dumbed-down stuff in the world, and no problem. But if you start talking about anything that's against the mainstream media, well, no, you are going to get copyright strikes, your video will get taken down, you will not be able to monetize the video, etc.
I haven't really experienced that too much. I've never really seen like, oh, if you go against the mainstream media, they take your shit down.
Yeah.
There's plenty of shit that goes against the mainstream media all over YouTube.
Yep. I mean, what about like the Young Turks?
Yeah, or Alex Jones, or I mean, like, there's like so many different like weird points of view you could find on YouTube.
It's going to come a day where the things that I've been sharing on this channel will be illegal. And slowly we see that big media giant YouTube is starting to do that in censoring. So if you haven't seen this, it's an article that talks about Rand Paul's presidential announcement was taken down from his own YouTube channel over a copyright dispute, which is just absolutely ridiculous.
What was the
so I'll go ahead
dispute?
and leave that in the description section. I don't support We Are Change. I'm going to actually do an expose soon on Luke promoting the New Age movement as something positive, when in fact it is the spiritual system of the New World Order. So on the one hand, the guy's exposing the system. On the other hand, he's promoting it. So we'll talk about that in another video, but just
oh my
to...
God. This is why these people will never actually like form any sort of coalition with one another.
Because they don't trust each other.
Yeah, because like if you don't agree on every single thing, it's like, oh my God, you're the enemy.
Yeah, I saw one of Mario's videos recently where like someone made something on their website about him, trying to expose him. So he like posted a link to a news story like, oh, well, this person's a pedophile. You know what I mean? It's like, shit. They just like attack each other.
Yeah,
they could be on the same side.
Yeah, I mean, you could say the same thing about the atheist community.
Yeah,
too.
It's true.
Tell you he came online and how Google AdSense is censoring We Are Change and media, independent media. So if you talk about ISIS being created by the CIA and things like that, which, again, I probably just said it in this video, I won't be able to monetize it. It's actually ridiculous. They're literally pushing us out. We spend all day doing research, and this is one of the ways that we've been able to fund our research and putting out these broadcasts. But eventually, they will push us out, and, you know, you're going to have nothing but PewDiePie and mindless mainstream stories promoted to you. I just did a video on...
I like how he's like, PewDiePie and mainstream stories.
Mainstream stories coming out. I mean, it's just like so fucking silly. I mean, the Google system is just like, it's shitty, but it's not really shitty with any sort of like bias.
Yeah, there's no agenda behind it.
It's just like a shitty, like their agenda is basically like, we don't want to get copyright strikes.
Yes.
You know, we don't want fucking Viacom breathing down our neck or something like that.
Exactly.
So that's Google's agenda. They don't give a fuck about what you fucking come on here and say like, oh, toast is fucking the sign of the devil. They don't give a shit.
I'm surprised he hasn't said that.
They ain't sitting there saying like, oh my God, this guy knows that toast is a sign of the devil. What are we going to do? Oh, make sure he can't monetize his YouTube channel. That'll take care of him. Good job, Illuminati.
Yeah, no more exposing our secrets, Mario. You're fucked now.
Now you're fucked, buddy.
And Paul Walker, and as you can see, I can't even monetize it at all. You can't talk about anything that's against the mainstream story without them somehow censoring you.
They don't care.
So I haven't heard back from YouTube as
It's
to
not even
why,
being censored. It's not even being censored. People can still watch it. You just can't monetize it.
Yeah.
I've had that happen to me on
fucking
videos.
That in no way affects anyone's ability to watch that video. So
I mean, this is just silly. He's just trying to play the victim card.
He did say he was going to come on. I think now I'm going to try and get in contact with him eventually here and see if we can get him to come on and have the conversation we've been wanting to have.
He's so fucking silly.
By the way, everyone, if you've enjoyed the show so far, give it a thumbs up. I'll put just want TJ can project to you.
Yeah, give us a fucking thumbs up. Also, if you want to see the next private show, please become a patron on Patreon.
Yeah, and the $10 patrons got something extra.
Yeah, did they get that already?
Yes, that's been released to them.
Yeah, they got some special commentary shit that we did.
Yep, and then
we played some fucking terrible ass video games from the 90s. And basically went batshit.
And before the end of the month, we're going to do our hangout also.
Yeah. And we're going to be doing all that pretty early next month because we're doing that European trip. So we're going to have to do the show and all that. And
yeah, we're going to knock out all of
towards the beginning of the month. So if you guys want to get in on that shit next month, you know, the private show, the private commentary, and the Google
within the
Hangout.
first 2 weeks.
If you guys are interested in any or all of that, go visit our Patreon, patreon.com/DP, and get in on that fucking action. And give this video a thumbs up, you stupid fucking cunts.
And by the way, if you're new to the show and you don't know how it's done, feel free to come to our Facebook and like us on Facebook.
You said come.
And if you want to send us any videos for us to cover on the show, that's the place to do it. Just link us to the actual YouTube video or whatever website the video happens to be on.
You said come, Ben.
I did. You're right.
It was hot.
Fuck. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I wanted to tell you about this. I don't know if you really want to get into it too much, but I wasn't sure if you were aware of this. Did you know that Anita Sarkeesian was voted one of Time Magazine's 100 most influential people?
Yes, I have heard that.
And did you know who wrote the article for?
Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Would you be interested in going through it, or would you want to...
I mean, we can put it up for a second. I can talk about it.
Okay, you just want me to make it big here on the screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so...
Just do it, Ben.
TJ's favorite Star Trek actor, Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
Yeah. Can you read it?
Yep.
Okay, I'll scroll for you.
Can we? Is it up on the screen?
Oh, you want it up on that screen
where they can see it?
Okay.
Yeah. So this is I don't know what the fuck this shit is in the middle here, but there we go. Anita Sarkeesian has played video games her whole life. So the very first sentence is a lie. The very first sentence of this fucking article is a demonstrable lie. Holy shit. Dishonest right out of the fucking gate.
Will Wheaton.
All you gotta do is go on YouTube and you will find her saying like, video games are gross. I don't play that nasty shit. Bleh.
Yeah, she did say that it was like gross or something.
Yeah,
right?
she was. I mean, you know, she said like, "Oh, I don't like killing things, so I don't play video games." And that's just from like a few years ago. And then this article is like, Anita Sarkeesian has played video games her whole life. Like, okay, so basically, like, your definition is she played them a little bit when she was a kid, and then she played them later, and that represents her whole life. So,
yes.
Okay. In 2012. Maybe the Mayan calendar was right. After observing that women represent about 40% of the gaming audience, she launched a crowdfunding campaign for Tropes versus Women in Video Games, a web series that would explore 5 common and recurring stereotypes of female characters in video games. She hit her goal of $6,000 on the first day and ultimately raised over more than $150,000. But she also became the target of vicious, misogynist harassment that included death and rape threats, pornographic vandalism of her Wikipedia page, and a coordinated effort to have her Kickstarter flagged as terrorism. All this because she wanted to have a conversation about the way women are portrayed in video games. Wow. What a load of shit.
I know. Will Wheaton, man. Like, seriously.
What a load of shit. This just is like so dishonest.
So if you want to
pushing like such a crazy dishonest narrative,
they should. Fuck.
Will Wheaton should be censured.
Hashtag censure Wheaton.
Yes.
Hashtag censure.
We need to present him with a formal reprimand. Will Wheaton, you know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up. I just want the clip of Captain Picard being like, "Shut up, Wesley." That's all I can think as I'm reading this. "Shut up, Wesley. You little cunt." Or the one where, what the fuck was the crazy guy's name who was addicted to the holodeck?
Oh, Lieutenant Barkley.
Yeah, Barkley. The episode where he was gonna spank Will Wheaton for some reason. He's like,
yeah.
Don't make him spank you, Wesley.
That's the weird thing because like that was on the holodeck with like all his weird like sexual fantasies and stuff.
Yeah, so apparently, even though he seemed like he was mostly into the chicks, I think he was a little into spanking Will Wheaton.
Yeah, that was
seemed
weird.
to be suggested in the episode. That's official Star Trek canon. Barkley wants to spank Wesley.
So let's finish his article.
Oh, okay. I didn't know we were going to keep going.
Yeah, why not? It's not that much longer.
Anita is just the latest woman writer to prove the law coined by journalist Helen Lewis that the sexist comments on any article about feminism justify feminism. What? In the face of hysterical and childish abuse, Anita has refused to back down. I'm sorry, I got to go back to the whole... sexist comments on any article about feminism justify feminism. I mean, that's just absurd. That's like saying, you know, I can make any video, and if anyone has an issue with it, I can say, well, the fact you have an issue with it just shows that it's right. Like, that's just stupid. I can make a video being like, you know, I think we should fucking, you know, shoot all people with brown eyes. And then people are like, please don't shoot all people with brown eyes. It's wrong. It's like, the fact that they say it's wrong means it's right. I mean, it's just ridiculous. She continues to speak around the world about the role of women in video games and popular media. She also talks about her life as a target in the online culture war known as Gamergate.
Dun dun dun!
I almost feel like the Star Wars music belongs there. Dun. Yeah. Waged by entitled male gamers who fear change in an industry that is evolving while they seem determined to remain 15 forever.
What?
Yeah. Just determined to remain 15 forever. And some of them actually are 15. So, what about them?
Yeah.
Are the 15-year-olds allowed to be 15? Surely it's okay for them, right? Right? Anita is a feminist for the digital age, using modern tools and platforms to engage thousands of people who want to hear her. Yeah, sure, okay. I don't think she's around because we want to hear her. Thoughts and respond to the challenges she raises. No one can respond to the challenges she raises because anyone who fucking does is automatically labeled a misogynist with the fucking brain of a 15-year-old. A lesser person may throw up her... Oh, my God. A lesser person may throw up her hands and unplug her game console. But Anita is determined to ensure that video games are... What the fuck? A lesser person? You just said 40% of women play fucking video games, or women are 40% of gamers. So apparently they're not all, like... plugging the system and crying about it. So I don't see why Anita's some kind of fucking hero. As her detractors grow increasingly unhinged, we have proof that her efforts are working. What? Will Wheaton,
and that's how he closes it.
Yeah, that's like the
there's a comment section. Wonder what this looks like.
I'm sure it's very censored. Pathetic, truly pathetic. All of this because she wanted to have a conversation about the way women are portrayed in video games. Dear readers, please dig deeper, a little deeper. Disappointing to promote views of a feminist extremist with ulterior motives once again. Every time I see this person in the news, I just wish the people giving her the kind of leverage would review modern Tumblr feminism some more. Dear Will, everybody knows you've got limited time. It would be helping your cause to leave the feminism boat and instead sail on egalitarianism. So it seems like most of the comments are basically saying that Will Wheaton's full of shit.
Good, because he is.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
It doesn't seem like their attempt to craft this narrative is really working that well.
Hashtag censure Wheaton.
Hashtag censure Wheaton.
Yes.
Hashtag censure Wheaton.
Hashtag censure Wheaton.
Censure him.
Yes, thank you.
Censure him.
Censure.
Censure.
Sure. It's a fun word to say.
It is. And you don't get to say it very much. We need to give Wheaton 3 demerits.
3 demerits?
Yes.
Have Barkley come and bend him over his knee?
Yeah. The punishment is 30 spankings from Lieutenant Barkley. You've been naughty, Wesley.
Very naughty. Yeah.
What's next?
Next one is Hillary Clinton's gender politics.
I got a pussy, vote for me.
Although we weren't able to shatter that highest, hardest glass ceiling this time, thanks to you, it's got about 18 million cracks in it.
Woo, Hillary.
Yeah, that was when she lost the primaries.
Black men are
almost
always
8 years
stealing white
ago.
women's jobs.
It took her down.
Obama took her down.
Ask yourself, why do women still get paid less than men for the same work?
So now,
it's bullshit.
You know, we have the potential future president of the United States saying this.
For the same work.
Yep.
But that's the...
I'm pretty sure Obama says it too, though.
Yeah,
I think
he
I've
does.
heard him say
He
it.
does.
Yeah.
That's just like a Democratic talking point at this point. women get paid less for the same work. It's like, that's not actually true if you look at them. Misogyny. It's like, oh,
American
God.
women still tend to get paid less than men, for the same work. In
For the
2014,
same work.
That is hard to believe. These aren't just women's issues. They are family issues. They are American issues, and they hold back our entire economy.
I don't know if I can bring myself to vote for her. I don't know.
She looks like a lizard.
How do you feel about her?
I feel like she's just inevitable.
You think so? You think
Yeah.
she will win?
I feel like I can't figure out who else would like.
Well, last time Obama was an unknown, pretty much.
But I mean, Obama had so much momentum going in because he was kind of known for giving a really good speech at the DNC, and he was a hot young senator with a best-selling book and all this shit. So I mean, like he had people kind of saw him coming. There's no one like that among the Democrats. So I kind of feel like her nomination for the party is pretty much inevitable. And then I don't really see her losing a general election against like a Rand Paul or a Ted Cruz or a Scott Walker or Marco Rubio or any of those fucking pathetic bags of shit. So, I mean, I don't think I would go out and vote for her personally because I think she kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like she's going to be the next president. Unless someone comes out of left field.
At least we'll have Bill back,
Bill will probably die of a heart attack a week before she takes office.
Yeah. Mysterious causes.
Yeah, mysterious death.
Why, after American women have contributed so much to our economy over the past decades, do we still act as if it were 1955? 1955. Do you know I'm on Grand Baby Watch? I can't stop grinning. I've got that grandmother glow that doesn't quit. I am still feeling the glow. We're both sort of feeling the same grandmother glow these days.
Grandmother glow. People like that. Say grandmother glow some more.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I got that grandmother glow. I'm human just like you.
I mean, when I'm thinking about, who I want to be president, I'm like, well, I want them to look like a grandparent. That's not like I don't care.
Yeah, I don't. The grandmother. I mean, like, it's just such an obvious, like, constructed line to make you be like, oh, she's like your grandma.
Yeah.
It's like grandma's president. Like, that's kind of scary, actually, for most people. Grandma's president. It's like, I don't know. Grandma has some pretty suspect points of view.
Remembered how I felt as a young mother.
It was a different time.
So many years ago. I had so many advantages. I had sources of support. And yet, I too felt that squeeze. For women.
All right.
She felt a squeeze.
I guess.
And then she was like, that is sexual harassment. And I don't have to take it.
This next video here, I guess George Lucas had a problem with his neighbors. Did you hear about this?
Yep.
All right.
Is this about his revenge?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
3 years ago, Star Wars creator George Lucas ran into a buzzsaw of opposition from his wealthy rural Marin neighbors when he tried to expand his Skywalker Ranch studio.
He said, we got enough millionaires here, housing for millionaires here, but we need some housing for regular working people.
And now he's delivering with a planned community of 224 homes to be built on his own land, right where the neighbors said no to his film studio.
George Lucas said, if I'm not going to do what I wanted to do there, what can I do that would really be beneficial to this?
That is, community? That's
And
pretty.
get this,
I mean,
Lucas
it's
says
pretty much just a fuck you to those, because these rich people do not want to live next to, like,
commoners.
Like the peasant class. Like, oh my goodness, no, blah. So
he will pay for it all by himself. So he'll get to pick even who lives there.
We should have quite a gallery of supporters.
So this is something that George Lucas did that you approve of.
Yes.
It's pretty amazing.
And actually, I remember when the story first broke, because this actually was something that was being talked about even a while back, but Galen was like pissed at George Lucas, like, fuck George Lucas for doing this. I'm like, man, I think this is like the coolest thing George Lucas has ever done, including the original Star Wars. I'm gonna piss off a bunch of fucking rich, snooty neighbors. Like, George, I fucking support you. And he's like, they can't even say anything because he's just like helping like people get houses in the process. So it's not like they can even be like, we are opposed strongly. I mean, they probably still are, but no one's gonna sympathize with their side. So it's so beautiful.
There's some cops and firemen saying, I want my house.
So the neighbors really wouldn't have too much of a say in this.
Well, this is Marin County. The neighbors will always have a say, and they should.
We're looking at a bit of payback here.
You know, one could take it that way, and I'm sure that some neighbors will. But for the rest of us in Marin County, we just see it as a continuing contribution from George Lucas to the quality of our life.
And whether it's payback...
That's awesome. George Lucas... This is like just some like ultra petty shit.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
That he's doing with like his millions and millions of dollars to fuck with his rich neighbors because they wouldn't let him build his studio.
Or philanthropy, I gotta say, this is one play that would even do Yoda proud.
See, even Yoda approves, according to this anchor.
All right, so the last time we asked for thumbs up, we got about 1,000. There's 3,500 people watching right now. Give us a fucking thumbs up.
Yeah, what the fuck is your
I
problem?
know, and now TJ is
It's so goddamn easy to
irritated.
do.
I mean,
And what the fuck? All you got to do is click a damn button. Are you that fucking lazy? No wonder you ain't accomplished shit with your life. You know, I fucking suggest either, you know, you overdose on pills and just put an end to it because obviously you're useless as a human being, or you just give us the thumbs up, you know? I suggest you just click the fucking thumbs up and then you're good. And then you're fucking can say to yourself, you know what? I accomplished something today. I was part of the Drunken Peasants getting a fucking, you know, good rating for their fucking video on YouTube. You know, you could be part of that. You could be part of something, part of a fucking cause.
A cause. A worthy cause.
Or you can just sit there with your thumb up your ass.
By the way, I wanted to remind everyone, too, if you want to support the show and you shop at Amazon, there's a bunch of Amazon links below in the description. Just click the link that corresponds with your country next time you want to buy something at
Amazon.
Amazon.
Buy like a huge dildo on Amazon.
Yeah.
Be sure to do it through our...
Well, didn't you want that fuck my big black ass?
Yeah, someone buy that for me on Amazon.
You should put it on your wish list.
With our link. Yeah, I'll put it on my wish list. I don't have a wish list, but...
You should make one.
Yeah, I'll make it.
You make it.
Then I'll make people buy stuff for me.
Make them.
Buy
Force
me
them.
stuff. Buy me stuff.
Buy me stuff.
Buy me the big... Buy me the fuck my big black ass. Buy it for me now. I wanna fuck it.
Let's see how the...
Wanna watch it jiggle as I fuck it. Yeah.
All right, so now we're at 1,700 likes. Yeah.
Losers. Losers.
All right, so looks like there was a story where a guy died in police custody. Is that news?
Did the police do it?
Let's see.
Ray, his leg look broke. Look at his leg. That is Freddie Gray. Look at his leg. That boy leg look broke. Being detained a week ago by Baltimore police. The question now, how did the 25-year-old go from this to this, lapsing into a coma less than an hour later?
How?
How?
I think I know.
Yeah, who's carrying him?
I think I solved the mystery. So let me get this straight. He was kind of beat up, but, you know, still pretty much okay. And then he was with the cops, and then an hour later, he was like this. I think I know what happened. Obviously, aliens from another dimension appeared in the back of the cruiser and beat the shit out of him.
I hear about that happening all the time.
That does happen. You know, that the police cruisers are, you know, a creative, you know, it's a nuisance because
Do they create like intergalactic wormholes? or
Yeah,
something?
and aliens are attracted to them naturally.
see.
They love to beat up suspects that are in police custody.
Yeah, okay.
Happens all the time to these poor cops. And then, of course, the police get blamed for it when all the time it's these aliens, these interdimensional beings who just like to go beat up black people in police custody for some reason.
And dying yesterday.
The questions that many of you have are the same questions that we're asking.
The attorney for Gray's
I don't have
family
any
alleges
questions.
the police are
I've pretty much come to a conclusion, honestly.
Yeah, it's called murder.
I don't have questions. I'm not like, what happened to him? It's like, I think it's pretty obvious what happened to him. The only question I have is like, when can we start the trial for these cops? But I know that's not a question anyone will ask.
No, the question is, when does the paid vacation start?
Yeah, it's like, when do they get their sensitivity training? You're sentenced to 2 weeks of sensitivity
Baltimore
training.
Police say they spot Gray and begin to approach him at 8:39 in the morning on April 12th for reasons not yet disclosed. They say Gray immediately runs away. Just a minute later, police take Gray into custody. And then 14 minutes later, at 8:54 in the morning, this is the first video we see of the event. Officers load Gray into the police van. Police say video evidence indicates Gray is conscious and speaking at the time. A half hour later, police request paramedics bring Gray to a hospital.
Man, this is Sherlock Holmes himself would scratch his head at this one. I don't know. I got a lot of questions. Got a lot of questions about what happened here. It's very confusing to me.
Gray's family attorney says he lapsed into a coma and underwent extensive surgery. His spinal cord was severely injured, and a week later, he died at 7 in the morning. So 2 looming questions. Why did police pursue Gray? And what happened to him while he was in their custody?
Gray looked suspicious.
Yeah, he looked suspicious.
He was a suspicious-looking character.
That resulted in his death.
The officers believed that Mr. Gray was either immediately involved or had been recently involved in criminal activity, and they decided to make contact with Mr. Gray.
Contact? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, that's... Looks like they made contact with several parts of his body.
Yeah, with their like feet in their hands and their nightsticks.
Yeah, My nightstick is attempting to contact his face.
Now that is still a bit vague.
This most recent mystery into a deadly police encounter, sparking more outrage.
No justice, no peace.
In a nation
What the
already
fuck?
embroiled in debate over police tactics and
Hey,
use of force.
protest about something that matters like a basketball game, guys.
Well, what about, sexism in video games?
Yeah, or something like that. Something that matters.
Yeah.
Force. Though in this most recent encounter, Baltimore's mayor promises answers.
I want citizens to know exactly how it happened. And if necessary, I will ensure that we will hold the right people accountable.
I'll believe it when I see
Holding
it.
people accountable. Oh, why not? Never been tried before.
Looks like there was another person that jumped the fence at the White House. I don't get, who thinks that's a good idea?
2 people so far.
Secret Service has just named the man who jumped the
Hey,
White
it's
House
her.
fence last night. They say the suspect is 54-year-old Jerome R. Hunt. He's from Hayward, California. He scaled the fence around 10:25 Eastern last night. He's expected to be arraigned later today. CNN White House correspondent Michelle Kaczynski has a little bit more information on this. Tell us more, Michelle.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it personally.
Hey, Carol, yeah, we're just finding out those details at least.
I don't
about
think I
this
could do it.
latest
I'm not
fence
athletic
jumper. And he
enough.
didn't jump on this side of
This
the
guy
White
was
House.
50 years old. 54 years old.
He's in better shape than me if he can climb that tall ass fence.
House in the front, it was around the backside, the south lawn, was able to get over the fence and was quickly apprehended by Secret Service. We don't know any more about the circumstances, but he was carrying what was at first thought to be a suspicious package, and that was later cleared. And we know just from looking at the statistics that have come up in the past year because of
Sounds
the
like he was
fence
just
jumper,
trying to
September,
give fucking Obama a present. They said the package was cleared, He's probably just trying to give Obama a gift, show his appreciation. White House needs to stop being so uptight about this,
made it all the way across the lawn and inside the White House, that over the last 5 years, there have been about a dozen now people who have gotten over the high fence that immediately borders the White House grounds, and then some 30 others who've made it over the lower temporary barriers. And I mean, it seems obvious to say, but this is why many members of Congress, the House Oversight Committee, feels like at this point in time now, with so many threats facing us, with
ISIS.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, it's just a bunch of goofballs jumping over the fence. I don't really.
That change is urgently needed to the security around the White House. I mean, all of these incidents, really, almost all of them have proven to be people who were...
They should have a moat with like crocodiles in it or something.
Yeah, and lasers.
Crocodiles with lasers.
Yeah, eye lasers, I say.
Eye laser
yeah,
crocodiles.
Like crocodiles that can shoot lasers out of their eyes. And there should be like some Prince of Persia style like saw blade traps and shit. Shit you gotta like do athletic shit to get around. Like crazy fucking Mario platforms where you jump on the platform and you think it's stable, but then it falls,
Yeah.
Shit like that.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, they need that around the White House. It needs to be like a giant Mario level. And then only
fucking turtles.
Only the most physically fit, fat Italian plumbers can get through your maze of lava and death.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
You should send in these ideas because
I just did, I think.
Mentally ill, who were trying to make a point, trying to take a stand, pretty much harmless, but of course, the next one might not be.
Who gives a fuck? Next one might not be. What kind of fucking news is that? Nothing's happened, but something might. Well, yeah, something always might happen, you dumbass. What else we got?
We got some others.
Ben is just doing something.
So,
fucking Ben and his shit that he does.
Here's a little something, that we usually have a good time watching. So I thought maybe we'd watch a few minutes of it.
Ooh. Making a cloud disappear.
Hey, this is T. Chase. Recording
Chase.
this video in April 2015. I'm making another cloud disappear video where I control clouds with my psychic powers. Now see this kind of...
Such a straight
see
face.
There's several small clouds here.
With my psychic power.
This guy should be in the sequel to Mystery Men.
Oh, yeah, because those superheroes they all had like really weird powers.
Yeah, and most weird and lame powers.
Yeah, making clouds disappear.
Like, would you even want that power?
No,
because I mean, to me, if someone offered me you can have the power to make clouds disappear, it's like, you know what?
No thanks.
Fuck off, because that's such a lame power. I'd rather just not have any.
The one see this kind of two clouds, kind of a dumbbell shape. What I want to do is make just the left cloud disappear. See these two clouds next to each other?
Yes, yes.
Kind of a dumbbell shape.
Yes, yes.
I want to make the cloud on the left
that.
disappear, and only that cloud.
Okay.
So using my psychic powers, I'll attempt to make the cloud on the left only disappear.
Okay.
Please disappear.
Please disappear.
Please disappear. Please disappear. Please disappear. Please disappear. Please disappear.
Disappear. Disappear. Didn't he say the one on the left is supposed to be disappearing?
Yeah.
It looks like the one on the right is disappearing.
It does. He's like, oh, I meant to do that.
I meant to right.
Yeah, we got mixed up. Sorry.
Cleed disappear. Cleed disappear. Cleed disappear.
So do you think he believes that he can actually do this shit, or do you think he's trying to fool people?
I think that he has amazing powers that are not understood in this realm.
I see. Okay.
It's like the X-Files.
But the one on the right is disappearing, so...
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
His name, or his aim is a little bit off, you know?
Yeah, his aim is not always the best. He's like a stormtrooper.
Cleed disappear. Cleed. Cleed disappear. Cleed disappear. Cleed disappear.
Clear disappear. Clear disappear. Clear disappear. Clear disappear.
Cleed disappear.
This goes on for like 4 fucking minutes.
And the cloud that he said he was not going to make disappear is pretty much gone.
I can't believe it. Why the fuck did he post this video?
Yeah, it's like, this makes you look bad because the cloud you said you're not going to make disappears.
Oh, it looks like they both disappeared. It's his power is just so great that he couldn't help.
I guess he just exerted too much power.
Yes.
Cleed disappear. Cleed disappear. Cleed vanish. Cleed disappear. Cleed disappear.
Kind of looks like the Wicked Witch to me.
Disappear. Cleed vanish. Cleed disappear. Cleed vanish. Cleed disappear.
Cloud disappear.
Cloud vanish.
Cloud disappear. Cloud disappear. Cloud disappear. Cloud disappear. Cloud disappear. Cloud disappear.
I don't know.
This guy's crazy.
I don't know why I find it so amusing. But
It is.
Yeah.
It is for some reason. I don't know why.
All right, so next we have a news story about a grown man, actually a guy in the Navy that played Candy Crush so much that he had to have surgery on his thumb.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I didn't know Candy Crush was that serious.
This is one of the most popular video games in the country. It's called Candy Crush, and now it has a local military service member on the operating table. 10 News reporter Michael Chen joins
Candy
us on
Crush
the story.
sucks.
Yeah, it's
fucking garbage.
Yeah.
And not good garbage. Bad garbage.
Bad garbage.
It's bad garbage.
Sorry, Michael, it's this swiping motion with this thumb that's causing so many problems.
And he was using his left thumb a lot while playing on his cell phone, and doctors now worry that his story could reveal a hidden danger for kids and other video game players.
Shit.
Amid the crush of sounds and colors, is there a health hazard?
I would say
maybe his thumbs just realized they were being used to play Candy Crush and decided to kill themselves.
Playing Candy Crush on a smartphone became Brian's 2-month obsession more than a year ago. Brian, who had just left the Navy, was killing time before he started his civilian job. A TV remote in his right hand, Brian used his left hand to play Candy Crush for more than 6 hours a day.
I was pretty sucked into it because, it was all I really did.
Navy Dr. Andrew Doan
Pretty
showed us
sucked into it, man. How the fuck can you be that addicted to Candy Crush? You gotta be one mindless motherfucker to want to play that shit for 6 hours. I'm sorry.
It's almost like working. It's like he had like a job.
Yeah, like Candy
grinding
Crush
away.
became his new profession.
Yeah.
Brian was also doing to his thumb.
The tendon runs right over the bone, so as a person clicks back and forth, that tendon gets worn out and there's inflammation.
Soon after the non-stop play, Brian ruptured a tendon and ended up in surgery. Dr. Doan says he should have felt pain long before, but he didn't.
While I was playing, I didn't feel any pain at all.
No pain.
Too damn manly.
Dr. Doan believes when video games...
Yeah, he was just like so sucked into the action of Candy Crush.
Yeah,
that he couldn't pay attention to the...
Couldn't even feel the pain because Candy Crush had taken the pain away and made him numb.
What the fuck?
I don't know. fuck, man. If this is the caliber of people fucking in the Navy.
The best and the brightest, TJ.
If this is
the best and the brightest.
This is the best and the brightest. Our country is fucking more doomed than I thought.
This guy probably, handles the reactor on the nuclear submarine.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Are played, adrenaline and other chemicals are released, but so are endorphins, natural painkillers. In a study at the University of Washington, video games are played
fucking Candy Crush really gets that adrenaline going,
Yeah, it's, like skydiving, bungee jumping,
Candy Crush. Yeah. It all fits together.
Victims.
So it actually deadens their pain enough so that the nurses can actually scrub their wounds.
If video games come with a pain-killing effect, Dr. Doan worries kids can get hurt and not know it. There's also this.
I mean, like...
I played a shit ton of video games as a kid. I never fucking had my thumbs fall off. So.
No, the worst that happened to me were blisters. Like, with the old Nintendo controllers that, were shit. They're perfectly rectangular.
The square, yeah, like they're rectangles.
Yeah, like I would get blisters.
I liked them. Fuck you. All this ergonomic shit that people have now, they're spoiled.
They have something like a digital painkiller in the form of video games. It's an easy outlet for a child to use that excessively.
In fact, I think the fucking edge should be heated.
Just published a report on this Candy Crush
spikes come out randomly
too. We reached out to the makers of Candy Crush, but did not hear back.
Yeah, because they
don't give a flying fuck. The makers of Candy Crush gonna answer your stupid story. Fucking moron. Like, he acts like Candy Crush is like avoiding them or something. Like, they're not even concerned with this. Some guy fucking played your game for 6 hours a day and his thumb got hurt. It's like, okay, who gives a shit? We're making billions. Fuck you. Probably not billions.
No, but a good amount. I mean, because I think people pay to play the game more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like...
I love Candy Crush!
Yeah.
Let's play Candy Crush! But he's watching TV and playing Candy Crush at the same time. Like, how much distraction do you fucking need?
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot.
Like, why even bother with the TV? If you're going to play Candy Crush 6 hours a day, why don't you just focus on the fucking Candy Crush? I don't know.
All right, so we have another police brutality story. Yay.
Yay.
It's like... What?
God, cops, stop. Just, can you stop with this?
A disturbing video from Hunt County appears to show a sheriff's deputy hitting a pregnant woman with his fist. The woman was 38 weeks pregnant when CPS workers and police came to her house about a month ago.
Maybe the cop is just like
trying to stop them from taking her 18-month-old son.
Maybe the cop is just like really strongly pro-choice. He's gone really far with it to the point where he's just like, free home abortions, bitch.
When two police officers pinned her on a kitchen counter and one of them punched her several times in the back. NBC5 investigative reporter Scott Gordon joins us live from Greenville with the details on this story. Scott?
That guy's bald. I mean, like, these cops, man, they're fucking lunatics.
Yeah, I mean, how is it necessary at all to punch
a pregnant woman in the back?
Yeah,
3 times.
While you're already ganged up on her, you already like have her pinned down and shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that they are taught takedown methods to where they don't have to do that to a fucking pregnant woman. I mean, or probably anybody really, unless it's like, Hulk Hogan or some shit.
Well, Brian, police officers will tell you it's one of the toughest parts of their job, helping CPS remove children from their parents. That's exactly what was going on.
It's one of the toughest parts of our job, beating the shit out of pregnant women.
Very pregnant.
I stepped in front of my son and put my hands up and began screaming, "No, you're not touching my kid."
It was clearly an emotional scene when sheriff's deputies and CPS workers came to take Deanna Robinson's 18-month-old son because of an abuse investigation. This video captured what appeared to be one deputy hitting Robinson with a fist.
What appeared
before the
to
camera
be?
suddenly-
What appeared to be?
No, that's not what he was doing. Come on.
No, he was giving her a hearty pat on the back to
Yeah.
calm her down. Calm down.
Yeah.
Like, what appeared to be is like, what the fuck does, like, we can see it happening. Do you really have to use this middling language? Like, it appeared he was hitting her. It's like, well, because he was. I don't think he was just like throwing punches but stopping, just shy of her or something.
Yeah, he was doing like wrestling punches. He was stomping on the floor too when he was giving them.
Yeah.
Shuts off. She was 38 weeks pregnant at the time.
Again, repeatedly pressed into that counter and with my 18-month-old son watching his mother be assaulted and him screaming in fear and traumatized, watching his mother be beaten by law enforcement officers.
She spent
law enforcement.
Yeah. What the fuck?
They're heroes. I love them.
6 days in jail. Her healthy baby boy Levi born 6 days after that. Robinson was arrested for resisting arrest, interfering with child custody, and assaulting an officer.
What?
She said.
Oh, hold on. She assaulted.
Her back assaulted his fist several times.
As the video proves, it was the deputy who assaulted her.
It's ridiculous. It's insane. I was handcuffed, again, almost immediately, and shoved into a corner and pinned by two giant men. I wouldn't have had an opportunity to assault anyone. I didn't touch anyone. I didn't, there's nothing that warrant what they did to me.
Robinson, an Iraq war vet, has hired an attorney.
There was no professionalism.
Support the troops.
Support the troops by beating their babies into mashed potatoes.
There was brute force against her where she was obviously pregnant. It was not something that they could mistake.
They all just took offense that I knew my rights and asked for my rights to be respected. You're here to take my
Fuck
kid.
your rights,
Show me the
bitch! Here's your rights. Fuck you.
warrant or the court order.
And tonight, Hunt County Sheriff Randy Meek says his office is investigating. He's not saying whether the deputy involved has been.
That's always the response. We're investigating.
Yeah, investigating.
We're like the police, but we don't normally investigate things, so it might take a little.
It might take a few months.
Yeah, so
hopefully you guys will have forgotten about this by the time our investigation comes to its conclusion.
Been suspended. Reporting live in Greenville, Scott Gordon, NBC5.
I know you'll be following it for us. Thank you, Scott.
Our investigation has concluded that the officer just needed a little additional training.
Oh, okay.
He's fine now.
Here's another
He's real sorry about what he done.
This is another crazy video involving police, but this one is probably one of the craziest ones I've ever seen.
Okay.
It happened in a Walmart parking lot.
I've seen this.
Oh, the fight between the Christian family?
Yes.
And the police?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yeah, this one's crazy.
All right.
I've seen it. It's fun.
Dashcam video captures a deadly brawl with police. Good evening, Arizona. I'm Heather Moore.
And I'm Brandon Lee. All of this
Honestly,
happened at a
I've watched that video several times. It's pretty much impossible to actually tell what's even going on. And I have no idea what they're even fighting about. Maybe this news story will say.
Walmart in Cottonwood involving a family from Idaho. Tonight, Allison Blair takes us through this pretty disturbing video.
We watched the video twice, once at regular speed, and then Chief Jody Fanning slowed it down to quarter speed so we could see everything as it happened. The video is 8.5 minutes long, but only the first 20 seconds are peaceful.
Yeah, there's pretty much fighting throughout the video.
Yeah, it goes on for a pretty long time.
There's plenty of parts, too, where the cops, it's really hard to say who's even at fault or what's even happening throughout most of it. But there were a few scenes where people were kind of peacefully coming up to the officers and being kind of trying to surrender, and then the cops just beating the shit out of them.
He's going to come through the crowd and block Officer Sturley from getting close to his mom and his sisters.
Cottonwood Police Chief Jody Fanning said the brawl between the Gavers and police started after one of the officers tried to separate the family for questioning.
And then there's going to punch Hicks in the throat.
I don't think you should call him a gentleman.
Go to the ground.
Although, like, gentleman doesn't belong as the fucking subject of a sentence where, you know, someone gets punched in the throat.
This gentleman
punched him in the throat. It's like, I don't think that's a gentleman. You know, I have higher constitutes a gentleman.
There were 3 patrol cars on scene. Chief Fanning said this dash cam was the only one working.
You need to get out. You're being a Nazi.
The video shows
You're
five
being a
brothers, along with their
Nazi.
father, kicking at officers and ripping into their faces, while the mother and her 11-year-old daughter stood in the middle of the chaos.
Their main mode of fight is
I would
to
say
grab
whoever's at fault, and it's really kind of hard to tell when you watch the video, but whoever's at fault, you got to say the police really did not bring order to that situation.
No, they were tearing at their faces.
I mean, like, the cops, like, they really didn't do anything to actually calm anything down there. They just basically show up and everything explodes, and it just continues to explode for 8 minutes, and eventually someone's fucking dead.
Yeah.
officers' faces, eyes, ears, and mouth, and try and pull as hard as they possibly can.
The 4 officers on scene yelled repeatedly for the family to stop, but they didn't cooperate. It seemed any tactic police used to try and subdue the family was useless.
By the way, this family, just like point of interest, this family apparently was a traveling Christian band.
Yes.
So,
yes. And they got into like a brutal fight with police.
Yeah, that left one of them dead.
Yes.
And they're like, we're a Christian band.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Roll to try to break the strings so the electricity
Didn't Jesus
stops.
say to turn the other cheek?
Hicks is going to hit this gentleman with an asp, which we believe it breaks his arm right there, but you will notice in the entire fight, you will not see that it appears to have slowed him down at all.
At one point, a sergeant had his gun knocked away.
The officers are doing everything they can to stop these people that are in control of the weapon, but there's too many of them.
You can see one of the officers kicking the suspect in the head, but he never let go of the gun, shooting the officer in the leg.
Hicks fires and hits this gentleman right here in the abdomen, and then Enoch, who is on top in control of the weapon still.
During the fight, a Walmart employee said it wasn't
That's above and beyond what you're expected
I don't think
to do.
Walmart pays you.
You know, if I was a Walmart employee and I saw a fight like that happen in the lot, I'd be like, I'm going back inside. No, I'm going to eat a lot. I am participating in this shit.
Till backup arrived that officers finally got a handle on the situation.
Had it not been for that Walmart employee, I believe that there would have been a whole lot more damage done to both sides of this group.
One of the brothers died. Another was shot in the stomach. The police officer who was shot in the leg had surgery and is recovering at home.
Wow, that's so fucked up. And but they didn't even say what it was all about.
Yeah, you know, I even went to the when I first saw the footage, I tracked it down to a reporter who had written an article about it, and I read his article, and even he didn't say. And I asked him, and he never responded. So I don't know.
That's so strange. Like, why is it a secret?
I don't know. I'm assuming that maybe there just wasn't much to it. Like the police just showed up because maybe there was a little argument going on in the family or something, or maybe they were just telling them to clear out because they're loitering. I have no clue.
Yeah, it's so strange.
But whatever it was initially, it escalated into something fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's way beyond where it should have went.
way beyond.
No one should have been killed in that situation.
Lucky for us, though, because it's a pretty entertaining video.
Next one, a Fox host says that maybe Hillary Clinton ate at Chipotle recently for Hispanic outreach.
Wow. Fox News, man.
Wow,
Quality
it is
shit.
like Uncle Rico's van, but black.
Uncle Rico.
And in keeping the
Uncle Rico.
she stopped at a Chipotle for a burrito bowl at Chipotle outside Toledo. But apparently no one recognized her. So Kennedy,
Chipotle.
She stopped at Chipotle.
incognito burrito. Someone said on Twitter that she and Huma looked hungover. Ooh. Well, with the big glasses and the shades on.
Extra guac.
But was this the best way to connect with a chicken burrito bowl?
It's just so real. You know, she's like, listen, I want some food of the people, but I don't want it to be icky.
Wow.
So basically, if the ceiling collapsed in this room right now, literally nothing of value would be lost to humanity. So, like, if these people were to all just suddenly die, no one on Earth should shed a tear.
I don't want it to be too.
I don't care if they're your family. You know, just that's horrible.
Nick, is there some middle ground we can find? And him went, yeah, let's go to Chipotle. Got to eat off this hangover. Yeah, I think what that says is the First Lady is quite ordinary looking in person.
Yeah. Hammer,
yeah.
If this were her husband.
And she's ugly.
Flash back to when he ran for president. He was in workout clothes. He swung by
Telling you, man.
McDonald's. He's in there going, I'll take the car.
They're all dead. They're all dead. Good.
Oh, boy, you guys got beers here.
Supersize it. And be proud of it, too, and walk out there with a headline. I am stunned that we do not see headlines.
You know,
from Chappaqua into...
Is this just like what high school bullies do?
Yes.
When they grow up, they just become like Fox News anchors.
Yes.
And like, you get to hear their like extremely
retarded discussion panel.
Extremely mean-spirited discussion that makes me actually like. This is the thing about the fucking like Fox News is they fucking take Democratic candidates that I kind of don't even really like and kind of think are like, meh, fuck Hillary, fuck Obama. But then you see how these people talk about them and you're like, God damn, I stand with Hillary, man. These fucking people, because they'll sit there and be like, Hillary, you know, she walked in there, look, what's with her sunglasses, and, you know,
she's ordinary looking.
She looks like she's hungover. Oh, you know, what's she eating Chipotle for? Or Chipotle, I'm sorry, it's pronounced Chipotle.
Just trying to make those Mexicans happy again.
You know, obviously she wants some peasant food, but doesn't want to slum it too much.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's like, are you just like pure, like, is this just like what pure concentrated evil finds funny?
The state of Iowa. But here's what I think. She's going to be a good candidate. She learned a lot from 2008. She's going to raise a lot of money. She will get heavy
Fuck
support
this
from
guy.
women. But will
He's trying to
she
actually have a
inspire?
conversation.
Will she get people to come out and vote who otherwise would not? Watch that.
Yeah.
We want to make fun of the Chipotle thing some more. Fuck your little serious shit.
Yeah. Being all serious, dude.
She's hungover. Look how hungover she is. What do you think she drank the night before?
Was it maybe Hispanic outreach? She heard Rubio was announcing.
There we go. Bring the conversation back down into the mud.
Maybe you're hitting the nail on the head. Look at this picture.
Hispanic outreach. It's obvious a Hispanic outreach, you guys.
Reminds me of that other picture on Twitter.
The other mystery machine.
This picture says it all to me. She's not relatable. She goes into Chipotle. She's dressed up. They're both wearing sunglasses. She has her.
Okay.
She's not relatable.
Nobody goes into Chipotle and no one wears sunglasses.
And no one ever dresses up.
Yeah.
She's totally not. She's not relatable to me, Ben.
No.
I don't relate to going to Chipotle. Wait, I do, kind of.
Not
but she's
relatable.
obviously
This is
just
middle
doing
America.
it for
she's in middle
Hispanic
America,
outreach.
And she is dressed like that and acting like that.
But here's the thing that I find this
acting
stunning,
like what?
Everyone has a camera in their pocket.
Right.
Right.
Everyone.
What is she
How come
acting
there
like?
are no pictures of Hillary Clinton's
Well, I have a
trip
thought.
from New York out to Iowa.
Well, she's a city girl.
She started
has
in the
a driver.
evening.
What was she acting like? She wasn't acting like anything. Fuck you. God.
Yeah.
Dead. All dead. Just smashed.
Next video we have here is an
But that guy is a PIMP because he's surrounded by bitches. So Gotta kind of respect him.
You know those conservative videos that we always see where there's always the dude sitting there and he's talking with
those are the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this one's entitled Why You Should Love Fossil Fuel.
Okay.
Every year on Earth Day, we're supposed to reflect on all the ways we've made the planet worse. But what if we try something different?
Okay.
What if we reflect on all the ways we've made the planet better?
Wow. So basically he's using like the glass half full argument here.
What if we just focus on all the good things? Like what? I'm sorry. Actually, I don't. What have we done for the planet? We've done a lot of shit that makes our lives easier.
No, you're just focusing on what made the planet worse, TJ.
There's no denying that. Life is easier with all like the resources and shit we have and the technologies we developed, but planet is better off for it.
Well, this dude disagrees.
Or, when I say the planet, I'm talking about like the fragile ecosystems of the world.
Try this thought experiment. Imagine that we transported someone from 300 years ago, at the very start of the Industrial Revolution, to today's world. What would he think about our environment? Without question,
you let the blacks and the women vote?
Not that we had destroyed his pristine natural world, but that such a clean, healthy environment was possible.
I love this totally hypothetical situation where we can bring someone from colonial times into modern society.
What would a technologically illiterate fucking guy from 1780 think? He'd probably be really impressed.
Yeah, he would love this. It'd be clean.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, sure, in that hypothetical situation where he's blown away by the technology he's never seen before,
probably not even imagined,
and is like totally ignorant of the context of like what's happened over the last 300 years. Yeah, I guess he'd probably give it a thumbs up.
The air is so clean, our time traveler might say. Where I come from,
not if it was in the LA smog
all day from the fire. We need to burn
or Beijing. I mean,
burn our furnaces and stoves. So you're basically saying like, the air is clean compared to like a person's air in the beginning of the Industrial Revolution when they're like breathing coal fumes and shit. What does it have to do with the planet? All that has to do with is like the personal fucking lives of human beings.
And the water. Everywhere I go, the water tastes so fresh, and it's all safe to drink. On my farm, we get our water from a brook we share with animals, and my kids are always getting sick. And then the weather. I mean, the weather isn't that much
This has
different,
nothing to do with the fucking planet. This is only to do with like our personal levels of comfort as human beings.
Yeah, and that doesn't translate to the planet being better.
Right. That nature's not any better off just because we got clean drinking water. Nature don't give a shit.
You're so much safer in it. You can move a knob and make it cool when it's hot and warm when it's cold.
No one is arguing that technology is not fucking awesome in that respect. Of course everything is fucking good, better for us, because that's the entire reason we fucking built this shit. And this is just dumb.
In my time, we had insects everywhere giving us disease. My neighbor's son died of malaria, and you don't seem to have any of that here. What's your secret?
Yeah, we will if the fucking
I'd tell him
anti-vaxxers get their fucking way.
It's true.
The secret was energy. Specifically, energy derived from fossil fuels, oil, coal, and natural gas. These fuels power machines that allow us to transform our naturally hazardous environment into a far healthier environment.
This is so ridiculous.
No, the environment's not healthier just because we live lives of greater comfort. That's just dumb. That's a stupid standard.
The natural world is too hot or too cold, has too much rainfall or not enough. Then there's bacteria-filled water, disease-carrying insects, tornadoes, earthquakes, and tsunamis, to name just a few of nature's unpleasant features. As our time traveler noted, 300 years ago, human beings spent a lot of time breathing polluted air from indoor fires. As unhealthy as it was worth the warmth.
Just look at him.
I know.
Look at him. God.
He's just an empty vessel. There might as well be another man's hand up his ass. I mean, he's so obviously just a puppet reciting information.
But we've been able to conquer all these environmental hazards. We've drained swamps, reclaimed land, cleared forests, built roads.
Fucked it up? Fucked it up?
I think, this is where you and I don't seem to be on the same page, because, like, the part where you tear down the forest and build the road, like, I don't think the forest is, like...
Even the farm.
...rejoicing about that, I don't think the forest is like, yeah, this is awesome. I mean, like, and when we over-farm land to the point where it becomes, like, drought-riddled and shit, and we fucking have too many human beings trying to live in places that can't fucking logically sustain them... and ecosystems fucking collapse because we fucking spill massive quantities of oil into the oceans or pump a bunch of garbage and chemicals into it. And, fish become fucking so full of mercury that you can fucking get poisoning just fucking by eating them and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you want to just say, like, the comfort of the lives we live now is just worth that, then at least I can respect that position. But don't fucking sit there and say, like, obviously the environment's better off because, we got Dasani water now. We fucking drink this nice, clean, crisp bottled water. Like back in the past, you might have to drink water with pig shit in it.
Constructed glass and steel skyscrapers. We've irrigated deserts, developed fertilizers and pesticides, linked oceans, all of it in humanity's incredibly successful effort to create a safer, cleaner, more habitable world.
No.
And
linking the oceans doesn't make... I mean... He's like saying like the Panama Canal somehow makes the environment better? I don't get it.
It does.
I don't get it, dude.
It's better for us.
I mean,
it's all just a bunch of fucking anthropocentric bullshit where, like, yeah, humanity's got it better, so therefore everything's good. Because, we're all that matters, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's like species of fish that were not meant to cross oceans anyway, so...
Yeah, we're always fucking with nature and the equilibrium of things. And you know what? I mean, like, to a certain extent, I support it, but, why can't we just have, like, a more measured, environmentally cautious approach since we're starting to understand better the ramifications of what we do? But instead, we got assholes like you going, like, no, I don't want to give up even a little comfort. Even if it's going to be way better for the ecosystem of the entire planet and all life on Earth, and I don't want to give up my convenience.
He hasn't even gotten to his point yet. The title of the video is Why You Should Love Fossil Fuel. So this is all build up to oil company shilling, basically. And we all know, TJ, you lived in Louisiana, so you know how good fossil fuels are for the environment.
Oh, yeah.
When they're
my favorite part is when the BP oil spill happened, and I actually went to a conference where they were there was like pretty much like very sparsely attended, but there was a bunch of scientists and shit there. They were talking about how fucked up the environment was, and like there was one guy who was talking about how he took his boat out and he went and tried to catch some shrimp out of like a certain part of the Gulf, and he said like 4 out of 5 of the shrimp were deformed because of what happened with the oil spill and shit.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of fucked up, like genetically messed up shrimp.
It adds flavor.
Yeah, mutant shrimp are the best shrimp.
Did most of this using machines running on cheap, plentiful, reliable energy from fossil fuels. To be sure, using that energy has carried risks and created negative byproducts. Technology, we get minimizing and those risks. Los Angeles was once smog city. Now, it's cleaner than it's been in decades. London's Thames River
pretty small.
Yeah.
And most of the stuff he's talking about because of his ass wouldn't even support.
Yeah, not river in London.
With sewage. Now, it's clean. So, if you want to live in an environment...
That's no excuse to...
Certain shit's cleaner than it used to be during other periods. so what? That doesn't mean that it's better or that the yeah, we just love what done, man.
Why do we always stop, like, at a,
Because it's just all like that.
When he's making a like that.
He looks like when you face. I mean, like, first of all, he has like permanent villain.
Yeah.
But his eye, like, doesn't even have that effect. And then he just kind of looks like a troll. And then he talks, and you pretty much feel like he is a troll.
I see. Yeah.
He sucks.
Environment that is safe, healthy, and clean, highly industrialized countries are the place to be.
Highly industrialized countries.
Where previous generations faced the risk of disease from simply drinking water, which was often contaminated, we have clean water, thanks to man-made reservoirs, treatment plants, underground pipes, and indoor plumbing.
Sure, and that's all fucking good stuff. No one is even fucking arguing against that shit. I don't understand this. You're just like missing the fucking point, probably intentionally.
Where previous generations walked streets contaminated by large quantities of human and animal waste, we can conveniently and safely dispose
I like the
of
sound
it
effect
thanks
he's got
to
going
sewer
on there.
systems and the waste management industry. Where previous generations faced large-scale death whenever there was a severe freeze or heat wave, we can live in a comfortable climate year-round, thanks to insulated homes and modern high-energy heating and air conditioning. And the list
No
of
one
such
is fucking arguing against this technology. I've never heard, I mean, like, I guess maybe like some extreme fucking Greenpeace type hippies might be like, man, we all just need to live in the woods, man. Become one with nature, man. But most people who have any sort of environmental bent are a little bit more reasonable than that. They don't want to just, like, return to fucking a more primitive time. It's just like when we're developing these technologies, we should be more conscious of their fucking environmental impact and shit. And we should actually try to cut emissions and not burn so much fucking fossil fuel.
Yeah, I mean,
which we know is fucking bad. Not good, but bad. Yes, it's helped us accomplish great things, but we should find another energy source because its repercussions are too fucking severe. Asshole. What a mindless fucking drone, dude.
Yeah. Most of the people in these videos are, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
we have anything else?
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I have this video where someone... Well, no, let's not do that. Let's do this shit.
So I'm going to read something to you because I don't know who here has heard this. And I'm going to go through this very briefly, and then I'm going to jump right in the middle of this here, and I'm going to tell you where the danger is coming from.
Okay, so here's a little background information on this guy.
I have a bad feeling about this.
So if you can bear with me while I get my 20-year-old eyes working here, it'd be good. Okay?
I think your eyes are a little older than that.
You can get it yourself. Did anybody read the USA Today of this little homosexual sodomite here? Just because, incidentally, there are 4 sodomites on the Supreme Court.
What?
You got to start teaching your children. You need to get that 5- and 6-year-old and teach them their birth certificate, and you need to start pounding it into them.
What?
What?
That sounded bad.
You need to pound the birth certificate into him?
Yeah, what?
Take a birth certificate, boy. Take it.
What the fuck?
Take it, you little shit.
Yeah. What's going on here?
Yeah, I gotta pound that birth certificate into your little ass.
Take it. Pound it.
Yeah.
Muslims are passive until they gain parity with you or they exceed you in numbers, and they will kill you.
Amen.
Right now in the United States, most chiefs of police and sheriffs and lieutenants and above will go to the FBI Academy. When they go to the FBI Academy, they come back brainwashed for some reason. When these things start to happen, people are going to start rioting. the EBT cards are going to shut down. Can you imagine what's going to happen in North St. Louis and St. Louis County? What's when the EBT cards go down, when the ATM machines don't work? Walmart's in Illinois and other places had some problems with that already.
So some places had like some problems with it. Therefore, obviously, it's going to go down everywhere.
He's like in a high school gymnasium.
Talking to 3 nodding people.
Yeah, probably. Yep.
Ooh,
Wow.
Think about that. What's going to happen when the inner cities start to ignite? People are going to start killing people they don't like. And I'm going to warn the ladies on something. And this always gets me in trouble, but I got to tell you, this domestic violence stuff. Every time a man turns around and gets jammed up by his wife on this, you are heading for troubles, ladies. A man can be arrested now for domestic property damage, domestic peace disturbance, domestic destruction of property, so forth and so forth. And so how can you do that in your own house? You can be arrested for domestic trespassing.
What?
Okay, this guy's ridiculous.
Cuckoo.
All right.
Cuckoo.
I think it's time that we will wrap up tonight's show.
Show's over. Fuck off. Thumbs up.
Yes,
You loved it. You know it was awesome.
And please subscribe to us.
Subscribe.
If if this is your first time watching.
And censure Ryan Wiley.
No. Will Wheaton.
Oh, yeah.
Censure Wheaton.
I forgot. Censure Wheaton.
Yep.
Or is it censure Will Wheaton or censure Wheaton?
I just said censure Wheaton.
Censure Wheaton.
It sounds weird, but...
And fuck Ryan Wiley in the ass with a cactus.
And if
this guy, too.
If you want to catch the private show, go to Patreon. There's other stuff now.
/DP.
There's way more content.
Check out the shit we got.
And go to Rage Feed, by the way, and subscribe to
Phage Read.
Go
there.
Good
Do
night,
it. Feel it.
motherfuckers. Now we're going to go do the post show.
Post show.
Good night.
Showst po.